your girl Jill Beauty 87 here, and today we are going to get into the new Dior holiday collection. So being the thirst bucket I am, I had to buy all three of the highlighter shades. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a color on each part of my face. So we're gonna use like the pure gold. This is what it looks like in the back on one part of my face. Then we're gonna use the rose gold on another part of my face, and then we're gonna use, of course, the copper gold on one part of my face. So I'll probably use the copper gold on this side of my face, and then I'll use probably like the rose gold, like maybe on my cupid's bow and my nose, and then we'll use like the pure gold on my chin or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I came and sat over here, and of course I forgot to bring the brushes. I did remember to bring the other two palettes though, so we can compare them and see how they look. So I gotta go grab some brushes out here. Okay, so each one of these palettes retails for $45. And like I said, as soon as I saw all three of them were on the site, Karen Harris posted that all three of them were up, and I saw it in the feed. So I was like, yes, I need all of them. Please and thank you. I need them all. And I don't know why I felt like I needed them all, because it's like I barely use the two that I have already. I don't really like the first one, just because I felt like they said it was supposed to be more like a bronzer blush highlighter type situation, and none of the shades really worked for me except like the one highlighter. And then the bronzer one I would have to use as a shimmery bronzer over my bronzer or as a highlighter. And then the blush one was a blush topper thing. And I just wasn't really feeling that vibe. I prefer it to be all highlighters like, you know, it is in these. So this is pure gold. Open the packaging. Then this one is rose gold, which has a little bit of crumbling in it, but I don't get why, because nothing fell out of the pan. So I don't know. But anyway, this is rose gold. I'm gonna hold it like this just in case. Because if you all saw my on IG's Jill Beauty 87, you saw that my $55 one for Charlotte Tilbury came broken, and I still feel some type of way. So I'll just be safe. And the gold one has that going on too, but this is the copper gold. So I'm gonna start off with the copper gold, since that's the one that's obviously closest to my skin tone, and we're gonna swatch against the glitz one and see how that goes. Because I feel like there's a couple of shades in here that'll work, but I want to swatch this one on its own before we put it on my face. So 1, 2, oh, so the pan is loose in this one right here, which is, I'm assuming, where that crumbling came from, but that's the only one. So I wonder if that means my rose gold is like that too. Anyway, let's just swatch this real quick. So these are the first 4 shades that y'all can see. That one's like super dark. So if you're darker than I am, I feel like it'll be a great color for you. I feel like it's a fine color for me too though, but I think I'm gonna go with the one that's broken, this one right here, and try that one on the side of my face. And I might top the first shade on there, because I swatched them according to like the quad. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna go in with 1 and 2, but I'm gonna start off with 2. Then we're gonna put 1 on top of 2 on each side of my face, and that's how we'll see how the color is. Or I might just put 1 on each side, so that way we can see the true color of each one. But you saw the true color of each one on my hand, so does it really make a difference? I don't think it does. So we're just gonna go ahead and do what I first said, which is put the second one on, and then we'll put the first one on top of it. And then I might use it as a shimmery bronzer, just so we can use more shades out of this one, because I feel like since people, my skin tone, are watching, at least I feel like a lot of people my skin tone watch me for certain things sometimes. I figured I'd go ahead and like do this one first. I'm still going to do the other ones. Like I said, we're going to do all 3 of them in this video, and then I'm going to do the swatches for the end of this video. But this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's kind of subtle. So I'm going to see if we can build it up a little bit by going in a second time and build up a little bit more. Because, I mean, it has a nice little opacity to it, but I like my highlight to be extra bright, and especially since I haven't put my final setting spray on and done my extra dusting. So I feel like, you know, once I do that, it's going to take away a lot of coverage anyway. So that's what 2 layers looks like. I feel like it didn't do that much, but let's put the 2 layers on the other side, and then we'll go into that first shade at the top. And of course, my favorite shade would be the one that like is possibly about to pop out the pan. But Mel Thompson had the same issue with hers. Like, one was trying to pop out the pan when she did her video, at least when I watched it yesterday. Yeah, I really like this shade the best, of course. And as you can see, it just gets a nice subtle glow. It doesn't give you like a whole lot of glow. So I'm gonna go in and put the second layer on like I talked about, because I spray my face again when I get done putting all these things on. I have to like rebuild it up. So I just build it up a lot in hopes that it gives me the right amount after I'm done building, and then I don't have to do so much. So again, 2 layers. It looks nice on the skin. It's a nice little reflective situation. Now we're gonna go with the first one to see if it gives us an extra pop of something. Yeah, I feel like on the cheekbone particularly, I feel like it's giving an extra pop of something. I do feel like it might be having like a little cast, but again, once it like warms up to my skin, I feel like it'll be fine. So we're just gonna put 1 layer of that color on each one, on each side. So I'm gonna just put another layer on top because we already got 2 layers of other highlighters, so like we don't even be getting carried away and crazy. But yeah, that looks beautiful, just beautiful. So as far as bronzer, do I want to try to use this as a possible bronzer? Excuse me. I mean, I guess I can use a little bit if it is bronzer. I didn't bring a brush over here for that because I didn't plan on doing that. So when I get ready to do the swatches, I'll pause and then we'll try that as a bronzer across this part of my face real quick. I kind of want to compare that color to the other color, but let's compare some colors first. Since I already have all 40 swatches on my hand, we're going to take this Glitz palette right here and see if there's anything similar to it. I know Mel Thompson loves the peach shade in this Glitz palette. So I'm going to just swatch that one right here. 2, 3, 4. So I feel like none of the tones in this one are comparable to this one. As you can see, those are quite lighter. Like this is the peach shade I was saying Mel Thompson loves so much. And as you see, it looks kind of ashy on me. But this one to me looks like it would blend in well with my skin. So if I wanted a natural glow from within, this would be the product for me, just because you see it's blending quite well in with my skin. This one, like I said, is a little bit darker, so maybe you can use it as a bronzer topper if you like a shimmery bronzer and you put on a matte one and you just want to add a little extra oomph. We will do that a little bit later, like I said, but right now I'm just trying to get through all the swatches and everything. And I forgot to bring the makeup remover wipes in here for me to swatch. Just great. Okay, so we're going to go up the arm then next because we got to use the... And I know I'm using them out of order, but I'm using them in the order I feel like someone my skin tone would be able to wear them. So next, obviously, I would do the gold. And I feel like the rose gold is the one that looks like least helpful to people my skin tone. But this is what the gold one looks like. I have to remember this is the one that doesn't have a pan popped out. But, you know, it's cool. Let's go ahead and let me wipe the original swatches from the first 2 palettes off on my pajama pants. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the 4 shades in the pan. Like I said, I swatched them in order that they are in the pan. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the 4 shades in the palette. I'm thinking about using the 3rd shade. Like I told you, I was going to use this one like on my chin. So I'm thinking about using it down my nose and on my cupid's bow, and then we use like the rose gold one down the chin. So I'm thinking we're going to go with shade 3 in this palette. And then we will swatch this to the Glitz palette in a few seconds. But let me get my Kaleidos brush. This is the H1. And we're going to put this. It's looking kind of glittery when I put it on the brush. But yeah, let's go down. Oh yeah, this is quite glittery. Just y'all see the glitter on my forehead? Like, oh honey, it's glittery. Let's try to buff that out a little bit, y'all. I gotta rub a little bit more because a lot of it attached to the top of my forehead when I first swatch it. So we gotta go start trying to attach it down further on the nose. So I'm not gonna try to go any higher again, but as you can see, it's quite glittery when you put this on the face. So I feel like that's something to note. I'm gonna take a powder brush with the Pat McGrath setting powder on it and try to like buff that out a little bit because it's just a little too much there going on. So yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely liking this color down the middle of my face. And I feel like they don't look crazy putting these 2 palettes together so far. So I tried to pick colors that were closer since I have to actually go somewhere and wear this out today. I didn't want to be looking too crazy out in these streets. So let's swatch the Glitz palette against this one as well. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So glitz shade will be in front, and then the other one will be behind it. So this is the glitz palette, and then this is the pure gold glitz, pure gold glitz, pure gold glitz. So I mean pure gold, Jesus. So these are the shades. As you can see, there's not anything that's super close. I feel like some of the like white gold shades look similar, but otherwise I don't feel like there's a lot that's the same. Let's get into the original one now, since it has that frosty white shade. And I feel like the frosty white shade in this one is gonna match better with the rose gold palette that we got going on right here. So I might want to hold off on that till the end, but I just want to swatch the bronze and the gold to see if it's gonna be shimmer to the ones that are already on my hand. So this is the bronze, and this is the gold from the original palette versus the other shades on my hand. As you can see, this bronzer shade still to me feels like it's similar to that glitz shade. It's just a little bit lighter. So it seems like they just went with lighter or deeper tones of like the same type of highlighters. Like this one is really frosty, and it looks like it's really frosty like that one is. So far it's just looking like lighter and darker tones of the same highlighters, if you will, or bronzers or blushes or whatever they call them, because in different palettes it says different things. Close those up, and then we're going to move on to the last one, which is the rose gold one. Let me go get a makeup remover wipe though, so we can wipe this off my hands, so we can do some more swatches of just that palette, and then we'll pick each shade that I feel like matches in each palette best and go from there. So okay y'all, so we are down to the last palette, which is the rose gold. So I'm going to swatch in the order that they're in the pan. I told y'all 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm thinking about using the pinkier light one as a blush topper as well, since, you know, I put on a mauve blush on purpose so we could possibly put it on top. So these are the 4 shades in this palette. I'm thinking I want to use this last one right here, number 4, on my chin and my cupid's bow. Because again, I told y'all I'm trying to tie everything in to make it look presentable, and I still got to go somewhere. I still need to go run errands and do what I normally would do on Saturday. But since Adrian's dad's been working late weekends, I have to come over here Saturday night, and then I don't get to do what I need to do Sunday. So I'm going to swatch this pink against that pink, which is number 2 in the palette. This one right here, I'm going to swatch it right down here. And as you can see, even though it looks pink in the pan, this one doesn't look nearly as pink. It looks more shimmery, and that one to me looks more pink. I'm holding my hand so you can hopefully see, like, see what I'm talking about? Like, this looks like a more icy pink, and this looks like more of a mauve pink. So I feel like that would be better for blush for me. So that's what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to mix number 3 and number 4 with the or matter of fact, I'll put number 3 on my cupid's bow, and I'll put number 4 on my chin, and then that way we can see how the 2 different colors look on my actual skin tone on my face as opposed to just on my hand. And then we're going to take this bronzy looking shade from number 5 and put that on as a blush, and then we should pretty much be done. I'm gonna swatch this white shade number 1 in the glitz palette, even though I feel like it's not gonna go with, I mean, not glitz palette, in the number 1 palette. See, it's quite more icy than the first one in the rose gold palette. So I will be doing a swatch video on IG of all the other ones together. I like to do it there as opposed to here, so that way the videos don't take a million years. And even though I feel like this one is surprisingly not taking nearly as long as I thought it would. So anyway, did I bring a blush? I didn't bring a brush over here for that, because like I just planned last minute to do that. So it's like I'm gonna have to turn off the camera again. Like, child, it's about to be so choppy. Hot mess. Anyway, we're gonna go into number 3 right now. Okay, so let's put on number 3. I'm gonna just turn over the brush with the gold on it and bring it over here. And number 3 is the one we said we're gonna put on the cupid's bow. So let's go do that real quick. Get my palette. And just, okay, I feel like you don't see it at all. And it wasn't like I didn't swatch a decent amount, so let's swatch some more. And okay, there it is. Because I was like, at first, I'm like, honey, I know I put it on here. So that's what it looks like on the cupid's bow. I feel like it just makes me look a little like for lack of a better term, ashy. I don't feel like I see a lot of color payoff with it. So it seems like it's one you have to build up a bit. So let's build it up some more because I'm not satisfied. And now I just feel like I look really ashy on my top lip. So now you see, that's why I was like, I want you to see it on my face and not necessarily in my hand, because now it just looks like I really got an ashy cast over my lip. For a rose gold number 3, so I'm gonna pat down a little bit. I think I'm gonna end up having to put number 4 on top of it too, because you don't want to ashy upper lip. So we're gonna take number 4 now on a different brush, because I plan on putting number 4 somewhere else too. And this is a Sephora Pro highlighter brush. And I'm gonna pick it up on here and try to shit. See, I feel like that color looks nice. It's just, I mean, I feel like a good little more or a cast of radiance than the other colors we put on have. Like the gold and the bronze seem to be like the best for my skin tone, because I just feel like down here looks ashy. In person doesn't look that bad, but on camera I feel like you can just see ash. So I'm not feeling that. Let's go ahead and use that darker shade in the copper palette as a bronzer now. Like I said we would, as a shimmery bronzer now. So let's grab that real quick. I'm going to lightly dip into it and see how this works out, because I'm kind of nervous. I didn't grab a lot. As you can see, I hardly grabbed any because I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to have to put it toward the back just because I still got to put the shimmery blush on toward the front. So I feel like I see a little bit, but it just looks like I added a little shimmer to my face. It doesn't look like it had any like real deep coloring bronzing properties, but you know, I'm going to turn so you can see. Like, yeah, it just gives a little extra something. Like, if I didn't already have, like, blush on top, I would have brought it further up. And I feel like it looks quite nice. Like, it gives an extra glow from within bronze. So, on a day where you don't wear, like, blush, you just want to have that extra glow about your face, I would definitely recommend that you use that. Sorry, let me open it up. Recommend you use this color as a shimmery bronzer. You can put your, like, matte contour underneath and then put that on top and have a nice shimmery bronzer. I think that looks really nice. I'm quite impressed. So the last thing we were supposed to do was take the rosy blush and use that. So we're going to take blush out of here real quick and use that. Hold on, that's right. I was supposed to grab a brush. Okay, so I'm taking this BH Cosmetics brush in that color number 2, this one right here. We're going to go ahead and take that and use it as a shimmery brush on top of the blush I already have on. So let's see how that goes, because I have more mauve tone blush on. This is a little more rosish tone, so I had to grab the mirror. I dropped it on the bed real quick, so we're gonna see how this works out. Ooh, look at that, y'all. I definitely like that. That's a nice little blush topper situation there. That color is really nice. Like, I felt like the one in the first palette was too ashy, because I tried to use it as a blush topper once, since I was like, I have this whole palette. But I feel like this one is definitely doing a way better job of being a blush topper. Look at that. Look how nice and glowy that looks. Like, this just looks like the gorgeous glowy blush. Like, I would love to put this on top of Cool Berry by Rihanna. I feel like that would just make a great thing. So my thoughts on these palettes. I actually like all of them for different reasons. So like the why am I putting it back in the box? Like, we still have to talk about them. So obviously my 2 favorite ones are the copper gold and the pure gold, because, you know, see, y'all, the pan has literally popped out while I was holding it and showing it to you. Look at that. Pan has popped out on my favorite shade, which is the one that's on my face. I'm trying to press it back in because I know Mel Thompson said she could press hers back in. So I might have to message her like, how did you press it back in? Because I don't want it falling out when I'm trying to like review. But as soon as I close it, like, it's popping out of the pan. It's not, yeah. Anyway, I like this palette and this palette the best. Like, this gold, sorry, it's backwards. This gold looks really cool to me. And then the other golds I use, like, the only ones I'm concerned about are the is the platinum gold. The rest of the golds in here I feel like work fine, but that platinum gold is what I'm concerned about as far as for my skin tone goes. And then this palette, I feel like everything works for me perfectly. Now the rose gold one, I feel like it just looks a little ashy on people my skin tone. So tread with caution if you're buying this one. Now maybe if you're Kelsey Brown or Jay shade, it might work better for you. Or even like Karen Harris, maybe it'll work better for you. But I just feel like for somebody my skin tone, this is like the least favorite for me. Like I could have bought the pure gold and like the copper gold have been fine. But I want to review all of them for somebody who looks like me, just in case you were thinking of which one to get. This is a nice blush topper, but the rest of them I feel like just make our skin tone, if you're my skin tone, just look really ashy, and I don't recommend you buy that one. So when the sale comes, sis, go get that pure gold, go get that copper gold, but you can skip out on the other one. I will have swatches up on Instagram. I have to go to Instagram now and do a couple of swatch videos. I just got the Glam Light Ice Cream Dream palette. I need to swatch that against some of my other pastel palettes. And then I have I have these highlighters that I'm gonna have to go swatch as well. And then I still need to do the Pat McGrath video today. So I got a lot of stuff to do right now. But anyway, I'm gonna edit this video now so you can see this Monday. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I definitely recommend you try these out, just not necessarily the rose gold one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, you all are diamonds. Bye.